what I really do is connect people with the right resources. You know, these companies, they don't have enough employees, right? And they don't have access to labor. And I became aware that they're paying into this training program so that they have the right and the ability to send anybody they want to be trained to do this work. And at the same time, I had friends, veterans, that are underemployed, that drove truck overseas, that have a skill set there already. They can drive a truck, but they don't have a professional certificate that shows that they're able to do it. So what I started doing was, looking into what would I have to do to introduce veterans to these employers.
My name's Mike Gelati. I'm third generation and president and owner of Gelati Brothers. If you go back, my family benefited from having 4 of the brothers in the service. That was a big thing for us. My father and his 3 brothers to join the military effort in World War II. Very proud of the fact that they had 4 stars representing each of the sons that was in the service, and they got to display that proudly in the window of their home. So we've always had a natural desire to support the veterans and help them out when they come back from the service.
I know what it's like to get back and think that there's nothing left worth doing. I don't know why I'm here. Because I know a lot of vets come back and they might be here physically, but spiritually, emotionally, mentally, they might be still fighting battles.
I was born in New York and raised in Philly. I met my wife, and then I decided not to re-enlist. Then this opportunity came up, and then I chose being a truck driver would be awesome.
Josh is pretty self-determined. He knows how to, if he wants to get something done, he'll make sure that he gets it done.
The link with the veterans is just the best combination of both worlds, because they come out, they're trained, they're ready to go, they're energized, they're highly skilled, and they're professional, and they know they got a job to do, just like we start the day every day. So having veterans help us in the construction industry, especially as Teamsters, it's a double win for us, and then giving back to the community by supporting them and getting them into the apprenticeship program is really something that we value highly.
Positive part about what's happening lately is we're getting an influx of people from the military. Military, completely different, and what a pleasure to work with, because it's yes sir, no backlash whatsoever. They treat people better. They understand that, we're all have a common goal. We want to take care of our families. We want to be successful. And you know what? And I hope when I give them to them, because most of the people that are young, I try to get to them. You need to take care of your future self. Yourself now is going to be just fine, but how's your future self going to be? And if they don't have that mindset, that's where we see people on the streets. Do you want these people coming out without jobs, without hope, without something to do? Or maybe we can train these people to get a valuable career. And they are a workforce that is untapped, that is crazy to not have them in our society.
Many people are confused as to why they can't just go back to being a regular civilian. And it's because they're different. And so they want to know, why is that? Is there something wrong with me? The other thing is a lot of people come back with trauma, and not everybody. So finding them to something meaningful to do. So when someone has a career where they are welcomed and it's engaging work and it pays them a living wage, and they can do things and create things, it helps them find that new identity.
I have some very good friends that are veterans, and one in particular who I've been friends with him since almost around the time he came back from Iraq. I've always wanted to help him, and he's always helped himself. He's always been very, very hardworking. But this was an opportunity for me to help him out again. And as soon as I helped him, I was like, I can help everybody,
We had one great story about a homeless vet and how we were trying to pick him up every day and shuttle him to, Lakeville and pay for, a lot of the costs that he couldn't afford and get him, in a good place You know, you just got to be wanting to be able to provide that opportunity for these guys, and you'll really be rewarded greatly.
What it boils down to is that we have people who don't want a handout, who want to give back, and are just looking for an opportunity in a lot of cases. And once that can be arranged with someone they can put their trust in, you know, you'll have an employee who's going to do anything for you.
One important thing I can say about me and the staff that works here is that without exception, they care about people achieving those goals. And I've watched them work, and they do, you know, more than they have to assure and make sure that if someone's trying, that they get every bit of training and network help that they can through our program.
We're not teaching for profit, we're teaching for the industry. Everybody puts into this training fund, and only a few show up here, because most of the people we get, they're new into the industry. They don't have $5,000 or $6,000. So they need the industry to believe in them and train them so they can go back out, and then they will be paying into the fund for the next 30 years. The toughest part of my job is getting people who I know aren't going to use it. They're just here because they need something to do, or somebody else told them to be here. And I know there's people here who want this work. If you have a CDL license, you have a job. May not be the job you want, but you have a job. We are about 250,000 drivers short in the industry right now.
We have a number of success stories of gentlemen and ladies who came through this program who were receiving welfare benefits and just getting by, who eventually got their training and were able to enjoy like a three-figure income, which is something they never saw coming.
So far it's been really positive. You know, everyone that's gone through is employed right now. There's a couple that are still in the training center. I want my employers to grow. I want them to succeed. I want them to hire more Teamsters, and I want to see my Teamsters in the field working and being professional truck drivers and, you know, the top of their craft. There is just such an appetite for good, qualified, skilled labor here.
Yeah, we've had a good experience so far. I believe we've tried at least 3 or 4. I think we know we've got 1 or 2 that's going to stick. So, you know, at the end of the day, this industry isn't for everybody. It's tough, and veterans have their world that they're bringing back with them too. So, you know, we understand that there's a lot of challenges that they face coming back to civilian life.
It's not my role just to find one single magic solution for them, but to provide them in all different aspects of their life. You know, a lot of people, vets are waiting to have that next opportunity where they can connect with people and find a sense of purpose. And so until that happens, a lot of people don't fully readjust to the community. They don't fully readjust to the civilian life. So having a job is so central to that, because now that puts them in the community. Now that gives them a sense of purpose, not just, I used to do this when I was in the military, but now I do this. This is my role, and this is how I participate in society.
This 5 weeks can make them or break them. And we've seen this time around, we had a 50% pass rate. That's first time pass rate. They get 3 shots. I will venture to say we will have a 100% pass rate in the next 2 weeks. Now they'll just come back for their test date and correct the mistakes they made. The best part of this job is when I run into somebody later on, or they come back to get something, and he goes, it changed my life. You told me it would change my life, and it changed my life.
I think that there's a tremendous resource to get them into you know, a great industry that's got great benefits and steady employment, good wages, and they're going to love the camaraderie, that team spirit of going out and building stuff. So that's a natural for them. And then at the end of the day, it's a great thing to do for your community, and giving back and supporting the Teamsters provide that opportunity for these guys, and you'll really be rewarded greatly.
Everybody just wants a chance to have a family, to have a good life, and to be prosperous. And that's what the Teamsters is offering. Get into a trade, get into something and learn. There's people out there that will help you along, and you can make a difference. If you put in the effort, I promise you, you can live the American dream.
Now, we've got a number of them that are at work, at jobs, very, very good paying jobs that now have retirement, medical, lifetime medical, a really good wage, and a skill that's portable. So, that's a passion of mine, is making sure that other people can have that same success, because I didn't get any of the things that I got based off of just my own, individual merit and effort. It took that brotherhood, that union, to support me.
Make it happen, get out there and be active, take a role, whatever we can do to help our community by giving these veterans an opportunity is going to improve, our community as a whole.